This video is dedicated to you guys. You guys who are about to buy your first pair of boots online, you guys that have been really jonesing for that special pair that you see on Instagram, you see on Facebook. This video is for you. This is 5 tips on how to buy boots online. So just as a disclaimer, going forward, there's a lot of things that I'm about to say in the practices of buying boots online that a large portion of you guys out there are going to completely disagree with, and it's understandable. A lot of the things I'm about to say do not balance well into many worlds. Primarily, you people out there in the retail world, you guys who have the brick and mortar stores, you guys who are still trying to do that turn of the century type business in a growing internet-based market. You guys are still trying to get your little cut. You're still trying to be that middleman. So a lot of things I'm about to say really cut you guys out of the picture altogether. Hence the title of this video, Buying Boots Online. So my first tip that I'm going to give you guys is very basic. You have to understand the boots that you want to buy. Are you looking at work boots? Are you looking at casual boots? Are you looking to make whatever this boot is your daily boot? Is this something you're going to wear every single day? Because if it is, there's a few things you really want to understand in order to buy your boots online. So once you break that down, once you've got the pure classification that you're buying a casual boot or you're buying a work boot, then you can move forward into tip number 2. Now, tip number 2 is, well, it's pretty damn basic. It's the price that you are seeing across the net on a specific product. Let's say you're looking for a Red Wing Iron Ranger. Now, if it's going to be your first pair, you might say that, okay, you're just going to go to your local Red Wing shop and you're going to buy them there because you're going to get to do the whole deal that they do, that whole exercising and practice of understanding how to treat the customer. If that's important to you, that's where you're going to do it. But if you're going to do it online, what you're going to notice is that when it comes to a product as simple as an Iron Ranger, you're going to see a price difference as big as $15 above retail and $25 below retail with a lot of good Google searching. So a few tips I can give you about better Google searching when it comes to buying a pair of boots online is 1, know the stock number. Know the manufacturer's stock number of that boot and try to figure out why that stock number works for that boot. Because when you start entering that stock number into a search algorithm, what you're going to find is a lot of different information about that boot. And by pulling little tidbits from smaller stores or from smaller online retailers, what you might find is you might find a retailer somewhere, a brick and mortar store that has a pair sitting on a shelf that's looking to dump them at a huge discount. But you got to be able to find it. And through Google is one of those tools that you can use in order to find a better price on a pair of boots online. One more thing I'm going to say about the price of a boot online is remember that boots run in cycles. So if you're going to buy a pair of boots, think about buying them in the warmer months. And I know it's crazy. Why would you buy boots in the summertime? Well, if you're a guy that wears boots all the time, you're going to see that there's huge discounts when you buy your boots in the middle of summer, especially if you're buying winter type boots. Now, if you don't understand that there's a difference between summer and winter boots, take a look what an uninsulated boot sells for in the middle of winter and then what it sells for in the middle of summer. You're going to be shocked at the price difference. All right, now we come to this thing that I always say, know your size. Know what size your foot is. And how do you go about doing that when you're buying boots online? How do you manage to figure out what your size is? Outside of looking at your gym shoes that you've been wearing forever, if you're moving from gym shoes to boots, there is this thing that retailers hate that is called showrooming. And right now, every retailer who watches this video is basically lighting a torch and grabbing a pitchfork and looking for my address online so they can chase me down. Showrooming, guys, is probably, in my opinion, is a great practice because it allows you to go to a place where somebody has decided to buy the product, put it in their store, and have it there for you to try on. Though their hopes are that you're going to buy it from them, the reality is that you can use what they have done to your advantage, and that's you can try the product on, you can try on multiple sizes, you can try on multiple colors, you can just become happy with what it is you're about to purchase online. All right, so I understand that this is a pretty shitty practice. I understand that this is a pretty shitty idea, but this happens all day long and people in retail, they dread it. So if it's a small retail store where you know that people are working on commission and you have any sort of heart or compassion for that person that has decided to work retail in order to make a living, buy something. Buy something small, buy a pair of socks, buy a pair of gloves, buy a scarf, depending on what type of shop it is. Purchase something so that that person who is living off of your purchase gets a little something for their time. Because more than likely, if they're working on commission, they're not getting a lot for standing there waiting for you to walk through that door. Now, if you don't care about any of that, you're completely heartless. Do what you need to do in order to save your money. Don't worry about them. Worry about you. And that is a basic human function, and we shouldn't deny that, right? But one more tip to all this, if you need to be completely anonymous and you just don't want nobody to know what you're doing, try big box stores. Target, Walmart, Farm and Fleet, Dick's Sports, places like that where they have all kinds of boots on the wall, where they are hiring hourly employees who really don't give a crap what you're doing. They're just waiting for that clock to turn so they can go home and do something that they want to do. And you know what? It's probably not the worst thing in the world to sit there and talk to them for a while. Because, hey, they got to be there from blah, blah, blah to blah, blah, blah. So if you can fill up their day and kind of kill some time and you try something on it so that you can make a better purchase online so you can save some money, I think it's a win-win situation. All right, now let's get to this new one. This is something that really encourages me to buy stuff online. Free returns. Now, a company is going to offer to ship it to me for free, and if I don't like it, I can put it back in a box, put a little piece of packing tape around it, slap a sticker on it, and give it back to the UPS, FedEx, or USPS guy. I think it's a pretty damn good deal, especially when it comes to buying boots when you're unsure of your size. So, now, all the talk on the internet going forward into 2020 and beyond is that free returns are about to get cut out. We are no longer going to see free returns. It's going to have a price attached to it if we need to return the item. All I can say to that is that the stocks of USPS, does USPS have a stock? I'm not 100% on that. The stocks of UPS, FedEx, and anybody else who's delivering stuff to us, their stock prices are going to drop because if we can't get those free returns as consumers, now that we've been brought up on it, now that we've been taught to use this, well, it's just going to go away. So use the tool of free returns to your advantage. There's a lot of companies out there that offer free returns. So if you're unsure of your size, and if you can afford it, and I mean this, if you can afford to have $1,000 tied up in order to buy a $300 boot because you're going to have to order 3 pairs, go for it. Do it. It's not the worst practice. You're going to get your money back. You're going to get the right size boot that fits your foot, and you're going to be able to return the 2 that you don't want. So I'm saying order 3. So if you're a size 10, you order a 10.5, you order a 9.5, and you order a 10. And you decide somewhere within that gamut of 3 pairs of boots which one fits you the best. It's a great practice. It's a great way of figuring out whether or not this product is right for you. It's a great way of figuring how your foot works and whether or not boots are what you really want to wear. All right, now we come to number 5. Now, this is another one of those ones that the retailer, the guy who has the brick and mortar store, not only is he's lighting his torch and he's grabbing his pitchfork and he's finding my address, but he's getting all his buddies together who are also in retail to hunt me down, because my next tip, my tip number 5, is look directly at the manufacturer of the product. What I have noticed over the years when it comes to boots is that the manufacturer, though when a product is brand new, they are the highest price out there. If a boot is fresh on the market and it just came out and it's got all the new technology, there's going to be something that's almost equivalent to price fixing going on with that boot. So you're not going to get the lowest price. But as time progresses, as a new model comes out, as something takes its place, what you're going to notice is that the secondary line in all manufacturers' websites are the closeouts. And yes, look for closeouts because you're getting high quality merchandise at a fraction of the price. So make sure that when you decide on the boot that you want, when you've gone through the net, you've done all your Google searches, you got all your numbers, you got all your information, to check the manufacturer's website and to check if there's closeouts. And one more thing, and this is the craziest thing probably, and that's why I'm closing with this, is email. Email back and forth. If you find a shop that's got a boot that you like, email them. See if they're offering any coupons. See if they're offering any discounts. Because remember, we're trying to buy boots online. We've already gone through trying to figure out how to buy boots online that are our size and ways to do that. Now we need to save a few bucks. And if we're going to save a few bucks because we're buying work boots, which we're going to burn through in 6 to 9 months, or we're buying casual boots, so that means we're going to have more than one pair because we like to dress casually, so we like to have other things to wear outside of one item, then saving money is important. So be sure to send them an email. Let them know that you're looking for this product. Are they offering any sort of discounts? You would be surprised at the response you will get, not only from manufacturers, whether it's in the marketing department or in the customer relations department, but from a small store that has 2 or 3 locations. You'll get somebody who's going to reply to you and they will tell you about the discounts they're offering and upcoming sales. So I hope you found these 5 tips helpful. If you didn't, I'm sorry. If this is stuff you've already done, super. But if it's your first time buying boots and you've watched this video, please remember to like the video and hit that subscribe button below because it's you guys that keep the Boot Guy reviews going. Also, if you're interested, swing by our Instagram. There you'll see whatever boots we are about to review, what we're testing out, what has come into the studio, and just what's going on here at the Boot Guy Reviews. It's a great place to catch up with whatever it is we got going on. Hey, if you're about to buy a pair of boots, if it's going to be your first pair of boots and you've got some questions that you just can't find answers to online, feel free to send me a private message on Instagram. I will try to answer them as quick as possible and as clearly as possible when it comes to buying boots online. All right, so I hope you found these 5 tips helpful. I'm the Boot Guy. Thanks a lot for watching.